Hello and welcome to the last Art Journal Friday of the year. I thought I'll show you my favorite supplies from 2024. I'm gonna start with collage papers. I'm lately obsessed with collage, and especially with my own collage papers. So this one, for example, is just packaging from Amazon, I think. And I just literally grabbed, I'll show you this in more detail in a minute, one of these, and literally went over it like that, just randomly. I also have a bag from my supermarket. This is stuff that I got from a cardboard sale. It's sewing patterns, literally old ones. This one is something I got from Temu. It's this shop in China that you get very cheap stuff, and it's been my favorite one, I guess, because it looks like sort of old but also like grungy and sort of industrial-ish. I don't know. Pages from an old book that I got from a charity shop, and then my own collage papers that I made with either watercolors or acrylic paint or inks with just book pages. And again, this was, I don't remember what this was, but I think it came in like something that I bought, and I just went and used this Posca mopper and made the dots. Again, I'll show you in a minute, but it's basically this. And then tissue paper with some scribbles, and I have other sorts of tissue paper that I made using also these sort of things. And that's it for collage papers. Then something that I've sort of rediscovered, let's say, is gelatos. So these are the gelatos, and what I like about them, and I'm gonna start doing something on the page, it's how they can look like an oil pastel, but then you can blend it or rub it, or I don't know how you say it, with your fingers, and it has a cool texture, if you can see that. I'm gonna show you how it looks like that. So it looks like a proper, like, you know, oil pastels, I guess. So that's it. The other one that I really like is neocolors. Neocolors are also brilliant. To make them smoother, you have to use some sort of water or like a brush with water. But they are also very cool. Like, the texture is amazing. I love it. Then let's go, now that I'm talking about this, let's go to solid markers. I got these ones, I discovered this year. I got these ones, and I have like a couple more colors from a shop called Graph City in the UK, and they basically are, as I said, solid markers, and they are amazing because the texture is so rich, as you can see there. It's like very rich, and they dry very quickly. You can use them over acrylics, and the texture is exactly the same as if you were using it over paper. And as I said, it dries very quickly, and I love that about this. The other stuff that I'm in love with, Posca markers, and One for All or Molotov markers are brilliant. Just when you use them, please make sure your surface is completely dry. The other new discovery of the year are these ones. These are, let me put them all together. So these are, let's say, dabbers, I'm gonna say. Let me grab a piece of paper and show you. I'm gonna use this piece of paper and I'm gonna show you what they can do. So I use them as markers to just draw stuff or to make dots. I also, like that, I also have these ones. These are for the brand Crink, and I think you can also get them from Amazon, but they're a bit more expensive. And then the Posca moppers, which are a lot, the tip is a lot bigger, a lot wider, but it's also lovely to use them. And again, you can also like make marks like that. Same with these ones. This is called Dripper. The brand is Dripper. And again, I also got it from Grab City. Then the last brand that I got is the Grog, and they are called Squeezers, and they have different sizes. They have different sizes for everything. I'm not sure about the Crink ones. I haven't seen different sizes unless I just haven't come across them. And this one, for example. But yeah, you can, like, I think these are really fun to play with. I really enjoy them, and they give your work a little bit of like details for the finishing touches, for example, that I really like. And finally, acrylic paints. Acrylic paints are a forever favorite of mine. These are the colors that I've enjoyed the most this year, I think. I have others, but I picked the most important ones, I guess. Amsterdam is a really good brand and very affordable. We have these reflex orange, light rose. I love all the blues from Amsterdam, are amazing blues, greens, turquoise. This one is turquoise blue. This is a favorite, gold yellow. And then the this is from Winsor & Newton, Opera Rose. This is fluorescent pink from Golden, and this is a light phthalo blue from Golden. There is a difference between Opera Rose and Neon Pink. Opera Rose it's a lot lighter, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it there, but the shade is completely different. So now that I've shown you my favorite things of the year, I'm going to go ahead and start doing some, let's make a page, a quick one. So I've been doing a lot of this using pages, book pages, to start my spreads and not feel like they are completely bare. When I'm using thinner pages like this one, I like to use gel mat because it's easier to stick thinner pages with it. So like that, and I like to go over it to make sure it's completely stuck. If not, if the page is a bit thicker, I prefer to use or the paper is a bit thicker, I prefer to use glue stick, cheap and cheerful glue stick. So I make sure this stuck to my page. Same thing here. And really, I should have put a page under this spread, otherwise I'm gonna find other pages, but okay. Oh well. The next thing that I want to show you that I forgot to pick at the beginning is silicone brushes. I also discovered them this year and I think they are amazing. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of white paint like that and put it here and there. and just spread it with my silicone brush, and this makes the difference. I think I prefer, no, I was gonna say I prefer these two brushes, but I'm not sure, because they can make different sort of textures, I guess, and marks. But I definitely like these silicone brushes, especially when I'm making like blocks of color. I'll show you in a second. Let me just go over these bits a little bit with my silicone brush. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah. Another thing I always have with me are wet wipes. I use wet wipes for absolutely everything. Okay, so I'm gonna dry these for a little bit because I don't know what I'm gonna do next and I don't want things mixed. Okay, so I've dried these, not completely, but I was thinking I want to show you the difference between the two different pinks. So you see how cool it is for like these sort of marks. I love silicone brushes for that, for this. I think they make marks like nothing else. You cannot compare it. You cannot do, maybe someone can, but I can't do these sort of marks with just a brush. So I really like them. So let's leave it at that. I was getting a bit carried away. And use the fluorescent pink. As you can tell, the color is so much like different. Yeah, there's no other way to describe it. It's just different, isn't it? So now that I'm just showing you colors, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put different colors down and see what happens. I'm gonna put this, but in a like a bigger, with a bigger silicone brush, like to cover bigger surfaces, bigger areas. I don't know, something. You know something, we're just gonna play around and just mix them like that. I don't want anything too stiff. So I've laid down pinks. I'm gonna now use some oranges. No, I'm going to now use some orange. Like that. Again, as I said, just randomly applying it here and there without thinking much. As I always say, the idea of these Art Journal Fridays are to just play around with paint, experiment, and see what happens. And so far, so good. I'm liking this. I'm gonna use another, maybe a limoncello it's called, which is a neon yellow, to just randomly play like this. Okay, sometimes do as I say and not as I do. So always use a paper behind your pages. I like that. Okay. Next is going to be the gold yellow. And again, I'm gonna, as you can see, this is a lot more like opaque, a more serious color. My daughter calls them not that happy colors. She says, she's always saying that like I like very happy colors, and she doesn't, because she likes more like darker earthy colors. Okay, now let's dry these because I'm gonna use the blues. So let me dry this a little bit. Okay, let's go in with the blues now. And I'm gonna use the bigger one. Let me clean it so that I don't mix the colors. And again, not a lot, and I'm going to use the back of my brush to make marks and get rid of a bit of the paint. And finally, this one, which I'm gonna use. I'm gonna apply with the thinner one. It's gonna then go and randomly put some here and there. I don't know why I just not put a paper. Okay, this looks like a hot mess at the moment. So what I think I want to do is start using some of my collage papers. And I want to put something like in them. Let me see. Nope. Let me see if I repeat, if I get something interesting to put in my mouth. And I think I did. Just goes on the floor. Yeah, I do like that. I will put it there. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna try it a little bit and then come back to put this literally here. Okay, so I would normally use for these my gel mat, but I'm not gonna. I am going to use my glue stick. What I'm going to do is very simple. Literally go over the paper with it. I'm not very fast at getting to every single bit of like the edges, but I'm gonna try to as much as I can. Why am I using it? Because I think I wanna write something on top, put something, I don't know. So I want it to be dry as quick as possible. I like it there. And with an old debit card, I just make sure it sticks to the page. Okay, I said that I wasn't too fast with it not sticking on the edges, but I am. What is this? Just get rid of it. Ah, it stuck to my glove. Okay, so let me go like on the edges like that. Around all the edges, so that I make sure it's stuck to a page. Okay, and this is actually really good. I actually like this very much. What am I gonna do with it? I don't know. So now I'm just gonna cut the excess here and cut the excess here. Boom. Let me stick this properly because it's not. Okay. Where are we going with this? Oh, I don't know. So I think what I want to do is, I really like these, so I'm going to recreate them down here. For that, we used the fluorescent pink. So I'm going to do that. And I have to use a lot of paint because neon paint is not very dark or solid. Opaque is the word. And I'm gonna do the same here. I'm gonna put another one here and a bit more paint, and then I'll go over it again with the, how are they called, gelatos. I do like that. Yes. And this bit needs a bit more neon pink here and there. Okay, so next is get this bit dry so that I can use my gelatos around them. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm gonna go over these. Again, well, not this one again, but this that I did earlier again. And I'm gonna do the same here at the bottom. You see how when I actually did this the first three ones, I was playing without thinking much. I was literally playing, and by doing that I made something that I actually liked. I just wanted to replicate it. So that's the cool thing about playing with stuff, I guess, that you can then decide what you like and what you don't like, so that you can do it again or not do it again. I'm just trying to smooth the gelatos a little bit like that. I'm really happy with that. So what I was thinking now is I want to cover this part a little bit, not a lot. So let me tear this bit of paper and another like that I like. I do. And then maybe we can use some of these for here. No. Trial and error. And I'm not really sure that I want to cover this there. Okay, we start with the overthinking. We're starting to overthink things. I don't want to do that. So let me just go ahead. I've been wanting to do this. Yeah, I do that like that. Okay. Glue stick. So like that. Let me cut this bit. This is too big, so I'm just gonna get rid of the excess paper, and I am with my glue stick just gonna put it there, fold it card to make sure it's stuck to the page, and the same here. I think it's a lot easier, to be honest. Let me get rid of a bit of this also. And let's put you there. Yeah. That I like a lot. The next bit of collage paper that I want to use is this one, but then this is going to cover that, and I don't want that to be covered. So maybe only here. No, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna use this to make dots. 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I'm counting like that. Okay. You see how something so simple can make the difference? Well, for me. And it does make the difference for me. So what I want to do now, what do I want to do now? I want to put my more papers, I think, here. So maybe not there. Yes, that one. So let me grab my glue stick and put some of the paper. Sorry, some glue on the paper. And I'm just gonna put it here. Like that. Oh, I love that. Yes, that's perfect. It is. Now, I keep thinking that I want to put something like that here. Yeah, but for this, I'm gonna have to use my gel mat. I'm gonna put it there. I love tissue papers because even though it covers a part of the page or the surface, you can still see what was underneath it. And I find it lovely lately. I used to hate transparencies, but I guess people change. So when it dries, I'm going to get rid of that excess. And I'm gonna go over it with my finger to make sure there's no bubbles or anything like that. I like that. So now what I'm thinking is I want to make a couple more white lines. No, black lines. Let's make black lines. Like random black lines like that. And covering them across like that. Okay, what else are we doing? What else are we doing? Are we using some of these collage papers or not? Should we? I think we should. So let me try and, don't want to use scissors. I want to just sort of rip them. I don't know. Am I overthinking things, Anne? Yes, I am. I'm starting to feel like the page is too busy, and I'm not liking it. And I do like busy things, but I don't know what's happening with this one in particular. Okay, I know what I want to do. Okay, so stamps. Stamps is the other thing that's lately caught my attention a lot. Yeah, these are, I'm going to use these stamps. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to use this as a base and put it here for flowers to be there. So, oh, I like that a lot. I just think that it needs, sometimes if it doesn't come out exactly like the way it is, I go over it with Posca pens once I've finished, but look, you can do that. I think it's the texture. So I'm gonna put another one here. I think this is lovely. And then I don't think there's a lot left to do, to be honest. So let me just put this one now here. Yeah, I really like that. And the one here, just with the rest, not that defined. Okay, so that is perfect. I am now going to use these as the base sort of thing. For it, like that. Or do I leave it like that? I actually like it like that. Yeah. Yes, I'm not gonna add anything. I like this, but it needs to be a lot thinner. I keep saying I'm not gonna add anything and I keep adding things. The issue with me is that I work very messy. If you see my desk, everything's a mess. So I'm just gonna put this one here. Yeah, that's it. And I like the white because it gives a little bit of like brightness, and I like that it goes over a little bit more on, sorry, a little bit on the other page. So I honestly think that there's not much to do. I might just add some little dots with these here. Here. Let me do it on the edge, like that. One here. And let me make some marks with it here, so that we have a little bit of that color down here. And I honestly think that this page is done. It is. So I am just going to cut this bit, or not even cut it, but just rip it like that. And okay, now there's one more thing that I want to add, and it's this pink solid marker. And I think with that we're done. I'm really happy with it. Maybe You see, I keep saying I'm really happy with it, and then I like, maybe I'm gonna add some scribbles here. Yeah. And this is bugging me. So I'm just gonna, because of the bumps in the page, sorry, on the page, can be a bit tricky to get it perfect. But thanks to Posca pens, we can then finish it. Like that. I am really happy with it. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm just gonna show you the details and say thank you so much for being with me during my Art Journal Fridays in 2024, and I'm hoping to carry on doing them during 2025. So have a lovely start of your year, and thank you so much for being here.